locker room to great fanfare here in Indy. They're ready to go as the Colts get set to match up with the Denver Broncos. The first 2 months of the regular season down. What will the final 2 bring us as we're off in Week 9? Taken in at the 3. And he'll be stopped up at the 25. They'll run. This is Jonathan Taylor. And not the start he was hoping for there, as he'll maybe get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. Call it no gain on the game's first play. And it's second down now. They'll run the toss here with Taylor. He's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32. We should mention, to go along with a great game he had last week, he was rightfully named AFC Offensive Player of the Week.
And he shares that with his offensive line, the tight end, his fullback. He's looking for more and more of that in this game.
They'll try and run for the first with Taylor. And, boy, he is very close to a first down, but from where they're spotting that football, he's going to be a foot or so short. Give him 3 yards there, as that'll take us to 4th down. Out is Rigoberto Sanchez on 4th down to punt this thing. They only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. $13 yards the tally on the return there. And the Broncos take over. First down and 10. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Now Rodgers on the bootleg. This one swung out to Williams. And he goes out right around the 39. So the completion results there in 9 yards. And it'll be second and about a yard to go for the first. They run for the first time with Javonte Williams. And once again, this Colts defense stops him behind the line of scrimmage.
This defense is a difficult one to prepare for, one of the best in the league. They'll come at you from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping him for a loss.
Rodgers going to try and throw on 3rd down. Open man, that's Noah Fant, the tight end. And he will have a Broncos first down. It won't be by much. He needed 3, and he got 3, barely. But the mark shows first down. Throwing on first down is Rodgers. Oh, he'll air this one deep for Jeudy. Got a man, it's caught inside the 10. Touchdown, Broncos. Jerry Jeudy, his 6th touchdown of the season. And the Broncos have taken the early lead. The extra point splits the uprights, and it's now a 7-0 game. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And it's only November, but the playoffs, we know how it works. They'll be here before you know it. If it ended today, they would be the #1 seed.
And that's a great spot to be in, but I love the phrase, if it ended today. And I'll guarantee you, that's what they've discussed in their locker room, in their meeting rooms. Yeah, we know where we'd be if it ended.
Well, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Justin Simmons. And he takes this one back into the end zone. And the Bronco defense has a touchdown. Extra point attempt to follow here. And it's good, and they have jumped out here to a quick 14-0 first quarter lead. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six, and now the kick is away. Fielded just outside the goal line. And down he goes just shy of the 25. Now a penalty marker is down. Let's see what that's about. Well, that holding call set him up with not great field position.
Not at all when you tack on the penalty. With that field position after the return wasn't terrific. It's not a great starting field position as well.
A give for Taylor running right side. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
So, CD, you talk about this football team, some of the whispers and reports, the social media posts, they hint at a locker room that's splintered, badly splintered. There was talk earlier, some guys might walk away entirely, but that hasn't happened, however, at least to this point.
No, and sometimes some of that talk is just that, talk. I mean, guys often say, that's it, I'm out of here, and then they realize, I'm not ready to retire yet. What am I going to do now? And they're really ready to come back and dive back in. In fact, we got guys who are wearing gold jackets in the Hall of Fame. They talked about retirement the last 6-7 years of their careers. So that's not always real. And sometimes you just have to go ahead and ride it out. And this is an opportunity now for everyone in this locker room to move forward.
Going to go play action. Here's Stewart. Blitz coming, and down he goes.
2nd and 16.
Play action. Stewart. He finds his man complete. It's Baker. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40.
And this has been a nice answer to the touchdown drive against them a few minutes ago because they've come out and reestablished the tempo. A nice throw there, and they're putting together a very strong drive as a response.
So a 1st and 10 now in Denver territory at the 39-yard line. Running left, Taylor. A gain of 3, 2nd down.
This defense for the Broncos, they were very solid last week in the victory over Baltimore.
It was a little bit enlightening talking with the defense coordinator about their performance last week because the feeling was that it was a good, solid performance. They did what they needed to do to get the job done and get the win, but definitely a few lapses that they're looking to correct.
Now he'll let it go deep right side. And incomplete on the deep ball.
Almost feels like anything you can do, we're going to try and match or do better. We've already seen one touchdown pass from the opposition. They tried to equal it on that throw.
This will be swung out wide for Taylor. And he is going to have a Colts 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. 14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. From the gun, it's Taylor. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard. Second down, another run with Taylor. And here he'll get it down to the 7. This is a very impressive drive, especially when you consider where they started from to now be set up 1st and goal.
Yeah, some nice running right there. That's what got them the first down. But at this point, I suggest open up your playbook. You can call just about what you want.
1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. And he'll be stopped just outside the 5 at the 6. Only a yard that time, 2nd and goal. Be interesting to see now what they do offensively down near the goal line after not much there that time.
As the offensive play caller, that may change your sequence now. Instead of coming right back with a running play, you may have to go to the air.
On 2nd down, it's Taylor. And this is going to result in losing yardage. They're driven back to the 8-yard line. It'll be a loss of a couple on the play, so now 3rd down coming up. Off the play fake, here's Cordell Stewart. Out to his left. And this is intercepted, but they'll say out of bounds. Oh, very close to a turnover there in the end zone. Well, so a drive that spans all that time, and yet you may only come away with 3 points here.
Well, your defense, all right, they actually like these long drives. They get to rest over on the sidelines for a while. But when you're not finishing with points in terms of touchdowns, that's frustrating. They've got to figure out how to close out these long drives and get 6s instead of 3s.
Taking it about the 1. And good coverage there on special teams as they'll get him down shy of the 20. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. 5-3, their record at the halfway point. And you have to imagine that there are folks saying, hey, if we do that again in the second half, we're 10-6 and we're a playoff team.
I do think, though, that they have a couple of things working against them. And number one, the schedule, that's going to toughen up a bit because they've got some division games down the stretch, and those are always difficult. Number two, you know they've got to stay healthy. That's the key to getting to the playoffs and winning in the playoffs. But they've got a shot at it. This is a good football team.
The throw over the middle, taken in. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line.
And that's a more than acceptable read right there because it's zone coverage. So timing is everything. This time he waits for his man to come open, puts it right on him, and they pick up a first down.
The completion, but they go in the wrong direction. A loss of yards, and now they're dealing with a 2nd and long. To throw, it's Rodgers.
This throw incomplete, nearly picked off. And with his pedigree, he doesn't drop many of those. But 3rd down coming up.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Rodgers now to throw. Man open, he's got it complete to Courtland Sutton.
And he will have a Broncos first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. We've got a 14-3 ball game with 2 minutes left in the opening half. And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. Meanwhile, Rodgers' throw taken in by Sutton.
And he'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. That's what we're used to seeing from him right there. Plays like that, why he's number 4 in the league in terms of receiving yardage.
Able to make doesn't matter where he lines up, where he releases from, working his way into the secondary, figures out defenses and finds weak spots in order to get open.
He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4. From the gun, it's Rodgers. He's got it. And he's brought down. The Colts going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with exactly a minute to go before halftime. They'll run it with Williams. And he'll get in. Touchdown, Denver. Javonte Williams, his 9th touchdown of the season. And the Broncos push further out in front. Point after, right down the middle. And the lead is up to 18 now. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. He will return this from deep in the end zone. And this return will net positive as he gets past the 25 and up to the 27-yard line. The Indy offense at the line and set to go. And with a little under a minute remaining, they may try to put something together here just to try to cut into that deficit. Throwing left side, it's complete. And he's taken down right at the 45-yard line. They will throw on first down with Stewart. The 20, 10, touchdown, Indianapolis. A big play there. His 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Colts get a late score here in the final minute of the first half. Extra point by Blankenship is up and good. And that'll make this now an 11-point deficit. So after the touchdown, here's Blankenship kicking off. Fielded just outside the goal line. And they will wrangle him down a couple yards shy of the 30. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And with a 2-score lead already, they may just look to get this thing to the locker room. On first down, Rodgers throwing the out route and complete. That's Campbell. Now the Broncos are going to call the first of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 12 seconds to go in this first half. And movement by one of the Broncos up front, and in comes the flag. And that false start penalty certainly not helping their cause here. 2nd down and long. Now Rodgers. They'll set up the screen. This is Williams. And this one will go to the 28-yard line. So we have reached halftime here in an 11-point contest as we send you down to Orlando where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. Broncos with a lead, and they will be receiving this kickoff here as quarter 3 is underway. This fielded right at the goal line. And he had no room to run as he's tackled down inside the 20. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And Charles, they've got the lead. Put your coaching hat on here now. What's the game plan for the second half?
I think getting the running game going a little bit more, because I thought in the first half it didn't get it moving the way that they would like. They had success throwing it, but I think these first couple of drives, they'll want to get those running backs going and give them more opportunities, and I will guarantee you that those guys were lobbying for them in the locker room at halftime. On 2nd and 7, Rodgers.
And he's going to hook up with his big tight end, complete. And all the way down to the 39. A huge play there for Denver. What a luxury to have a tight end that can run a post route like that.
It's a luxury for the offense. It's an extreme luxury for the quarterback. Always has a great outlet and usually able to come up with a nice play down the middle of the field.
On 1st and 10, here's Rodgers. And he's going to have the hook up to Sutton. And they do get him down, but not before he's able to slip it inside the 5-yard line. It's a big play there for the Broncos.
There's no doubt in my mind that not many guys in this league have had the impact that he's had here in the first half of the season. He's been a big play guy from the word go and continues to be one with another one right there.
Williams.
And he will push his way forward down to about the 3-yard line. It's a gain of a yard, and it'll set up 2nd and goal.
Williams again.
And they will stop him after a fairly minimal pickup. They follow up the first down 1-yard run with a minimal gain of 2.
In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
Yeah, and they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin too.
And movement by one of the Broncos up front, and in comes the flag. Time for a full start penalty as they're backed up now for 3rd and goal. Now Rodgers. This is caught. Touchdown. Noah Fant, his 4th touchdown on the year.
And the Broncos take the opening kickoff of the 3rd quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead.
Middle, and the lead is up to 18 now. Is out on the field, and they will send this one away.
Here comes the return from the very back of the end zone. And the decision to bring it out, not a good one, as he's tackled at the 15.
In this position, trying to get back into the game, teams are looking for a spark from their special teams. That's not what they got, though. They got a setback, and they have a long field to cover if they want to try and put points on the board.
And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3.
Yeah, I don't know if it's exactly a win-win, but if you're on offense, you'll take that kind of a run, all right? It was kind of stacked up, found a little bit of yardage, and frankly, they're pretty close to staying on schedule on offense. The playbook is still open for the coordinator.
Here's a throw over the middle. It's taken in by his tight end. Now Stewart on 1st and 10. Flush to his, and he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. That huge loss on the sack makes this job much more difficult. It's now 2nd down and 22 yards to go. And Stewart lost the football. It's loose. Dangerous spot for them to cough it up. Lucky to have recovered, because had the defense gotten it, they were already within a shadow of the goalpost.
Yeah, and then you're yelling at your own defense. Sudden change, sudden change. That's not what you want to hear on your sideline. That means you got to run out there and try and stop an offense who has the ball in a very advantageous position.
And he's going to be brought down. Back at his own 6-yard line. Bradley Chubb, he's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year. Now here's Rigoberto Sanchez as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. His first punt, 48 yards. This one looks equally as good.
And now headed the other way, they're across midfield.
A 40-yard punt, 5 yards on the return, and it'll be a short field for the Broncos as they take over 1st and 10. Rodgers now on 1st down. Dancing to his left, and he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down.
Bobby Okereke came in there hard on the blitz and got him down 9 yards behind the line of scrimmage. And that is going to do it for this third quarter of action. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. The backup Stidham, his first throw. That is taken in by the tight end Fant. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. It's a big play there for the Broncos.
Even with the big lead here in the fourth, it still bombs away. And frankly, it's working. Why should they stop? Go ahead and keep firing away and gaining those yards.
So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on first down. Here's Stidham. And that nearly their first pick of the game, but it falls down to the ground incomplete.
I know in every game we do, we talk about momentum. That was a momentum play lost. And now there could be a letdown because they didn't get the interception.
Yeah, you could almost hear the collective gasp on the sideline as he could not come up with that football. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked up by Rock Ya-Sin. And the Colts are going to take possession here. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 20-yard line. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And their 4-game win streak very much in jeopardy as they go to work here late with a 1st and 10. And he's going to get 7 out of this before being taken down at the 27. Operating from the 27 now. Here's 2nd and 3. Here's Stewart to throw it. And he completes this to Russell Gage. And they work this well upfield across the 45. On first down, Stewart. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down. Throwing now, Stewart. And Stewart lost the football. It's loose. It's picked up by the Broncos. The big man, get the oxygen tank ready. And they will finally get him, but not until he's all the way down inside the 15-yard line.
And with that kind of a deficit, you can't afford to make any kind of mistakes. But it's been pretty symptomatic of what we've seen all game with them, isn't it? Down this big in the fourth quarter.
You'd say an afternoon to forget, absolutely. From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10. Following the fumble recovery, here's Stidham. He'll be hit and taken down at the 21. And they need to work to at least get some of this yardage back after the sack. 2nd and 19. Not a great start to this drive. You had the sack, now the false start.
I mean, it doesn't take much to either read lips or just imagine what the head coach is saying right now. Get your head in the game, guys. Let's go.
And that false start penalty certainly not helping their cause here. 2nd down and long. Rodgers going to throw. Going to throw deep for the end zone. And that is caught. But he will come down out of bounds, says the side judge. Incomplete.
Finally, a good play there defensively on the deep ball. The secondary has had its struggles this entire game. Offensively, they've had their way with them.
The chance of wasting this great starting field position, a real threat. This is 3rd and long. Play action. Now it's Rodgers. Rolling, and he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Julian Blackmon drops him for a loss of 10, and it's going to be 4th and long. A field goal try forthcoming now for the Broncos. From the left hash, this from 53 yards out. And his kick is right there. It's good. And that will stretch the lead up to 3 touchdowns now. It's a 21-point game. So they hadn't called on him at all until this point, but he comes through here and buries one from long range.
Yeah, that's awfully impressive because usually kickers like to get that first one out of the system in the first quarter, sort of get them into the flow of the game, but to come in this late and knock it down from long distance, give him a lot of credit.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And the turnover last time, that's sort of been symptomatic of their struggles here in this one.
Big word. I like it, though, because you're exactly right. All game long, they've struggled moving the ball, turning it over on the last possession. Is that word again, symptomatic?
Yeah.
I like that.
Your analysis, symptomatic of the success of this broadcast.
What I like is that you gave me the word, and I just kept using it.
Oh, he dropped it. And that's pretty indicative of the way this one's gone. On second down, it's Taylor. 5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5.
That second down play call was not to pick up the first down. It was to accomplish what they did to get them into a manageable 3rd down because they had incompletion on first down, so they were behind the sticks, so to speak. They needed to make up some ground, and they did.
The Colts on 3rd down, 2 for 5 to this point. This will be 3rd and 5. Stewart sets to throw. He'll find Paris Campbell. That's complete. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. And we are inside of 2 minutes left in this lopsided affair. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. Stewart. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Alexander Johnson. CD, I know it's just his 2nd year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, 2nd year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
And strong running there gets this up over the 15-yard line. Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1. Again, it's Williams. And he'll be a couple yards shy of the 20 at the 18.
He continues to struggle to find a crease to break off a big one and might need to just put that aside and just try and ram his way forward and get what he can.
And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. They'll try and run down some clock with Williams. There to stop him was Darius Leonard.
That's it. That's what you want. Straight ahead positive gain. Just keep that clock ticking.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. They give it to Williams, running right. Stopped at the 24-yard line after a gain of 5.
That's a really nice job by them picking up the run blitz and detecting it and blocking it and turning it into a nice run. And a lot of times you think if you blitz a running play, you're going to smother it. But a lot of the blitzers, they come in a little bit high. They don't have great leverage, and they're easily blocked and turned to the side.
And the defense has it covered. It's intercepted. Picked up by Rock Ya-Sin. And the Colts are going to take over a couple of yards shy of midfield.
I tell you, Brandon, it seems like this guy's been all over the field so far. That's his 2nd interception of the game. And so much of playing defense in the NFL, especially when it comes to defending the pass, is all about positioning and technique. And this is fantastic work on both fronts there.
The Indy offense at the line and set to go. He'll be brought down by the Broncos. It's a sack. So this one will wind up a Denver victory. And it was their defense that really made the statement after the break. They pitched the second half shutout.
Yeah, think about the team that just got vanquished. They did score in the second quarter. Do you think they thought at all that that would be their last points of the game?
No, but what a second half. The adjustment, whatever they did in the locker room, it certainly worked.
It certainly did, and you're exactly right. Whether it was an adjustment, whether it was just more focus on what they planned to do going in, whether they just played better, whatever it was, it all came together in the second half, and no points were allowed. That's a great way to close them out.
So for the Broncos, the win will help them keep pace in the playoff race as they move to 6-3 on the year. And they will head home next week to take on the LA Chargers. Meanwhile, for Indianapolis, the loss will drop them to 6-2 now on the year. And they'll try to turn things around next week as they have a matchup in Cincinnati against the Bengals.